So now I'd like to introduce you to a speaker that we've not had on before, the lovely James. James, I know we're short on time, so I'm going to quickly just pop up the slide there and then hand over to you to introduce yourself and get stuck straight into these Power Pages. Everybody's really keen to know, what's this about?
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Sharon. I'm going to share and get on. I have got a hard stop at past with a customer, but hopefully, I think there's a quick question. Go on, we can do it quickly, Eric. There's a hand up. No?
Do you want to pop it in the chat? I'm not sure whether we can take you off. We can have a look. Eric, talk to us. If you have allowed your mic.
Whilst Eric is doing that, I'll do a quick introduction. Oh, we got one?
Just a quick question to Sanko. I know in the earlier webinar this year, he talked about a new version of his template engine.
Yes, good point. We'll pop that in the chat for you. Yes, he has released a new version, haven't you, Sancho?
Yeah, reasonably new. Yeah, so
but you said something about you were going to remake it to make some other make it more powerful or something like that.
yes, there is another version coming out again soon.
Okay.
But let's just take this into the chat for now, so
Yeah.
James can continue.
Thanks. And mommy.
Go, James.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm sorry I'm on such a short time scale. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm James Armstrong, and I'm one of the business application specialists at Microsoft, and that includes Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform. Prior to that, I was in the partner channel since 2013 as a Dynamics consultant, primarily working on AX and ERP projects. So that's a little bit about me. If you scan the QR code, we can link up on LinkedIn, but I'll crack on with the presentation. So I'm here to talk about Power Pages. And Power Pages is a new product in the Microsoft Power Platform family that enables customers to build modern and secure low-code externally facing websites with business data hosted on a secure platform, which is Azure. Now, it's the next evolution of our Power Apps portals capability, as it was known, taking the existing platform and the pro developer capabilities and combining it with new innovative low-code experiences like Design Studio that hopefully I'll get to show you a little bit of later on. And the Design Studio that was previously known as the Website Designer and the template capabilities of Power Pages are now in public preview, so you can go and have a look at them, but it's not recommended for any production usage at this stage. However, that said, all of the platform site and admin capabilities, pro dev capabilities are generally available, so they can be used. So that's the only caveat. So I wanted to start with some business context as to why we've pivoted to Power Pages. And it all really starts is that what we know is that mainstream business users are increasingly taking on the task of building their own business applications and websites. Gartner research found that 41% of employees outside of IT, or we term them business technologists, are now being used to customize or build data and technology solutions. And low code is really helping to drive that trend even further. And IDC reports that the number of low-code developers will grow from 2.6 million only last year in 2021 to 10 million by 2025. Now, that brisk growth in the low-code developer population, or citizen developers, when compared to the pro developer population more generally, it really underscores the importance of low-code developers to contemporary digitization initiatives within all organizations, regardless of their size. And in a survey by Gartner, the top application use case in low code is for the likes of forms or data collection apps, followed by orchestrating business processes and workflows to replace paper, email, and spreadsheets. But then website development is another low-code common use case, especially since the sites can include data collection and other business processes. And this is where our low-code, no-code suite comes in. In terms of positioning, I'm sure you're all pretty clued in on this call, but the Power Platform now consistently ranks in the top quadrant of Gartner's Magic Quadrant for enterprise low-code application platforms. And with Power Platform, we've developed ultimately a platform that allows business users to create modern, secure, and responsive business websites to rapidly engage with customers and partners or communities to address the challenges faced by many companies and delivery teams today. What we know is that website development is still very much a job for trained developers, and the demand for developers far outstrips demand. And now, for this reason, employees are often up against time and budget issues when it comes to building websites to support business activities. Low-code platforms can address these common challenges that you can see on screen, but normally, or more generally, the simplicity of low-code often limits website development to basic design and functionality. And this is where we've changed the game. So Power Pages offers you the best of both worlds, the efficiency of low-code speed, but with the advanced design, development and security tools previously only offered by the more traditional and complex development platforms. And in terms of onboarding, look, anyone can do it without the need for in-depth training, and we'll come on to that bit in a little bit more detail later on. One thing I forgot to mention is I can't see the chat, so if there are any questions and I've not got time to cover them, I'll bundle all of the questions up, I'll take them with me and I'll come back with responses later on.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that.
So moving back to where I was, what businesses need today is high productivity, low-code development platforms that helps the organization, regardless of size, to rapidly respond to developments in their industry or their market in real time. And the expected explosion in business applications corresponds to thousands of potential scenarios that have traditionally been buried in development queues because there's either no commercial off-the-shelf solution available to the business, or it's been too expensive or lack of resource of pro developers to be able to do it. However, considered collectively, these scenarios can create meaningful value for the business. So what we're saying here is rather than turning everyone into a developer or invest heavily in building software in-house, by employing a low-code development strategy can help address these challenges and actually close the skills gap that exceeds the current enterprise capabilities. So let's look into why the Power Platform is everyone's platform for low-code transformation. In a nutshell, Microsoft Power Pages is the easiest way to create modern and secure responsive business websites. And I've said that before, but that is really the message that we're employing here. And it's to enable customers to rapidly engage their customers, their partners. And it's where business users can create a basic web page within minutes using drag and drop components like forms, views, charts, dashboards. But it doesn't end there. Developers can come in then and add endless customizations using low code and traditional coding platforms to create great experiences across devices. It's really fast to get started. We've got pre-built templates, I'll show you those, or you can add to your existing web pages. And you can enable users to sign in securely using whatever account they want, Microsoft, Facebook, whatever. You can add search engines in, AI-driven chatbots, dashboards, automation, and other Power Platform components. And it's all managed through and monitored through one convenient dashboard, which from the demo before, I think you know what I'm talking about. So whether you want to present or gather information more efficiently, or open up a new service or a collaboration channel with a partner, you can now get it done really quickly and securely with the low-code simplicity of Power Pages. And we've built Power Pages around 4 key principles or pillars. And the first one is making authoring easy for everyone. And what this really means is that we're enabling everyone within an organization to design and launch engaging websites in minutes with no code required. And we also make it easy for you to get going through the design studio and templates that I mentioned before. Multiple ways to authenticate. I briefly touched upon that with Microsoft and Facebook, but you've got LinkedIn, Google, you name it. And with the Elasticsearch within Power Pages, you can make all of your content easily accessible. And it's also offered across multiple languages to make sure that you can reach the audiences that you need to. The second pillar is build without boundaries, and this is where we empower the developers with advanced web design tools that can take pages from the basic, the template, to a whole new level. Or you can even expand on your existing websites by embedding like a whole Power Pages microsite within your own website to quickly expand on functionality securely with new content. Developers can also build customized pages using complex business logic, using open source liquid code and web API services. Not to mention, you can acquire any Bootstrap theme for great experience across any device. The third pillar is share with confidence. I'm sorry that I'm going so quickly. I'm just trying to get through the content. Share with confidence. This is all about managing your sites through one convenient dashboard, even meeting the most demanding security and compliance requirements. In terms of accessibility, Power Pages conforms to global accessibility standards, including the accommodation for sight and hearing impairments. And you can also manage and remediate faster through the advanced admin options that include IP address filters, server-side logs, and self-service diagnostic tools that can then automatically identify issues and suggest quick fixes. And the final pillar is around snapping to exciting new capabilities. And I've touched upon this slightly in the previous slide, but I'm talking about dashboards, document sharing, chatbots and automation, all for a smarter experience with seamless integration into the Power Platform and the Dataverse or other Microsoft services. For example, you can gain better understanding of your website traffic by integrating with Azure Application Insights for in-depth usage telemetry, amongst other things. So I just wanted to give you a quick example of where this has been deployed, and this is an American case study. It's for King County. King County is one of the fastest growing counties in the US by population. And the number of services that are being provided by the county has been growing equally fast to keep up with the population. And even by their standards, some of the largest governments in the country, the list is pretty impressive in terms of services like health, transit to local services, building permits, police protection, local parks. The government also supports the community in a wide variety of education, job training and fundraising programs, for example. Now, delivering this broad range of services required a vast network of information channels, both internally and externally. And for King County, these channels were often bogged down with manual paper-based processes and costly and almost always custom-coded websites. And the rapid growth and expansion of the community only worsened the problem. However, this began to change when King County, the Department for Information Technology, decided to move to a low-code development strategy using Power Pages. And Power Pages has brought a completely unparalleled level of efficiency to their intranet and externally facing website development. And to quote the IT services manager, is to build the kind of custom websites that we require with the necessary security can take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years using traditional code. With Power Pages, they can go live with a similar site in a matter of weeks. So the real message there is we're bringing down those big old backlogs. We're making it quicker. We're making it more accessible. But that's just one use case. There are more online, or I can provide more if you need them. But now I want to outline how Power Pages sits in the wider context of the Power Platform. And the ecosystem remains familiar to those already savvy with the Power Platform. And ultimately, Power Pages replaces Power Portals as our web app development tool of choice. And it's fully embedded with the remainder of the stack. And if you look at this from a competitive standpoint, and I am biased because I work for Microsoft, but to achieve the same fluency, a business would require the best of Salesforce, the best of UiPath, the best of Tableau, the best of Slack, the best of Google, the best of AWS. I think you get my point. But then they'd need to integrate all of this together to get anywhere near the offering that we have at Microsoft. And we haven't even mentioned the cost here. But where we sit, Microsoft can do this from a single security boundary and a solution without seams, all powered through Microsoft's trusted business data platform, whereby our competitors must rely on integrations and partnerships, which increase complexity, cost and risk. I suppose now that's off my chest, I'll move forward into get closer to the demo. And I wanted to focus in on something that we call fusion teams and what I mean by that. I referred to the pillar of building without boundaries, and this is what I really mean, is citizen developers, pro developers, IT admins, all being able to work together to produce rich and featureful websites. Power Pages really does have something for everyone to work and collaborate. Our product sits across this fluency spectrum. Oh, is that built? Yes, the slide is built. From being highly technical with coding skills on the one end to no coding skills required on the other. So for low-code technologists who may be intimidated by code but have a key role in building these business solutions, they're concerned with mostly aesthetics, brand alignment, content, for example. They have a space to work. To the front-end developer who is hired to build custom solutions, they're the ones traditionally responsible for customizations and publishing. They have a space to work. And let's not forget to mention the IT admins who support and manage all IT needs, including security, compliance, ID provisioning, and access management. Power Pages is the platform for this fusion team to collaborate and work together. So with this, it brings me to the demo. I'll just a quick time check. I've got 5 minutes, so it's not going to be what I thought it might be. But the scenario is I'm going to tackle a website build from a non-technical business user standpoint, attempting to build my first website. So the scenario is I've just set up a training company, a Microsoft training company. I offer services from Power Pages, the Power Platform to Azure to Dynamics 365. I want to quickly build an externally facing website to showcase my company and the services that we offer. So with the demo gods on my side and me going pretty quickly, let's get this up and running. So let me stop that. Get rid of that. Is everyone still with me?
Yeah, we're still.
Cool. Let's keep going. Right. Really simple. Obviously, using Bing as my search engine. Go and hit Power Pages. It's the same for Power Apps. You all know it. Straight in. You come to all the overview. Try it for free. Go and do it if you want to. I'm going to sign in using Azure Active Directory, and you see it's logged me in. Just for your orientation, I'm signed in as Dave, so you can refer to me as Dave if you want. I can see what environment I'm in. And over to the left-hand side, the familiar app grid, where I can see some of the old apps like Outlook and Excel. In terms of what you can see on your home screen, so we're in the home screen toggle, I can see create a site, and I can see all the websites that I've either created or have been shared by me. Okay. Next orientation is around templates. I mentioned this in the presentation. Right now, because we are in private preview, there is a limited set of templates on offer. But as we move closer to GA, you'll see more and more being added to the portfolio. So I'm referring to Dave here now in the scenario. Dave is a novice citizen developer, and he's going to start with a template to create his website. But I'll come back to that. Final toggle on your homepage is the Learn toggle, and this is where there's a wealth of knowledge and guidance for novices and pros alike to get you firing on all cylinders with Power Pages. And each section contains a different set of guidance dependent on where you're at during your website build. Okay, orientation done. So I want to create a site. I've just started. I don't know how to code. Right, I've gone create a site, and as you can see, it's going to come up with a number of templates where you can start that you can build from. So, for example, I can preview a template down here. Okay, so I can see what this template looks like, what it's been built for. I can check what it looks like on mobile as well as desktop, and I can see some of the core elements of that website on the right hand side. If I wanted to choose that template, I'd go in, set up my template name. It's just checking my credentials. I'd put in a name, I'd click done, and it'd take less than 5 minutes to create that template and get your website up and running. We haven't got time to do that. So I'm going to go back in and use one that I have set up earlier. If I have got time. Might just have to do a quick look and feel because I'm running out of time. Okay, so I've opened up, I've clicked edit on one of my pre-built websites. This has come from a template. And what you can see here, we're now in the design studio. So what I mean by that is within Pages, this is essentially your content management suite for your apps. I can see the home page here. I can go to see what sub pages I've got. I can go into the contact page. It's already pre-populated, or I can drop a form in. There you go. Contact us form is already there. But effectively, all your content management is done from your Pages toggle. If we move into styling, this is where we can start to change the color palette, the design, the way it looks, the fonts, all the navigation. So, quick example: if I go and I go back a second, go back to Pages, go to my home screen. So in here, if I wanted to change the palette, easy enough to do. Go and change that. You can do it any which way that you want to. Really simple. Data toggle. Let's say that. Data. Oh, save. Thought I'd saved it. Save. Perfect. Data toggle. This is for any sort of form capture or data collection that you want to bring in. You saw the contact us form that would form part of this here. You can see. There's some stuff already in there. Finally, the toggle for setup is all around permissions, and this is where the IT admin would sit in terms of management of the site. I'm going to give you a little bit more, but then I really do have to go. So I'll talk about how you can manage this. It's really simple in terms of content management. So I can start. I need to populate my company information. So Microsoft training for you. All right, what do I want to put in here? I want to create a call to action. Okay, want to build a website but don't know how to code. Might as well pop that in there. That's what I'm going to say. Oh, I've got a button grid here, so I can add styles to the button. I can change it, but in here I actually want to say want to learn more, and then I can actually link it to a contact us page so that if someone wants to go, they can fill out a form and come back to me, and we'll capture all that data. A couple more bits and pieces. I know this is really simple and straightforward, but it gives you a feel of how easy it is to actually produce a website without any sort of skills. So in here, I can change this to my company logo. I could put a nice image in there. I can change the image. I can put a URL in there. But I actually don't want an image in there. I want to put a video in there that links to Power Pages. So it's easy enough to go and delete that page, and you can see it gives me alternative options of what to add into this page. So I actually want a video. So then you've got a choice of stream, URL, or YouTube. I'm not sure what that is in there. I'll go and find my Power Pages URL, pop that in. Okay, easy as that. It's populated it with the Power Pages YouTube video. I mentioned how it's easy to do it without any code, but you can do inline editor, all your code is in there, you can build it, or you can use traditional tools, GitHub, Visual Studios, for example. Let's close that off. The last thing I'm going to show you, because I am over, is I can start to preview this now. If I click on the preview button, it gives me the option to do it on a mobile, send an email link, use QR code, but I just want to see how that looks now from some simple enhancements that I've done and what it looked like. Okay, great. I'm in. I can see my changes are in there. My video plays. Yeah, great stuff. Literally, I've spent the last 10 minutes putting that into some sort of semblance of my company, and I can go and publish that and put it out to the market. Whistle Stop Tour, I know. I'm sorry about that. We can do some more later on if we need to, but that's me done, guys. I can give one more minute if you want to ask a quick question, but I'm sorry it was so rushed.
That's absolutely fine. Thank you so much for bringing that along. And I think the only questions are mine actually, which is about when do you think GA is going to happen, and licensing. But you haven't got time to answer that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, licensing won't be finalised until GA. That's the first thing. We do have people on preview programs or TAP programs, but they tend to have tailor-made pricing. So at GA, we will announce the licensing structure, which may have changes that come down. When we first launched commerce, in terms of transactional websites, we had a number of changes. GA, I should know that, but I just need to go and check the roadmap. Yeah, I think it is October for GA. But yeah, I should know that. I don't.
We'll put that in the comments when we put this on YouTube. Don't worry. And
yeah,
we'll
no
link
problem.
Back to other video content as well that kind of goes into this a little bit slower. But thanks ever so much for coming along, squeezing us into your day. We know, Microsoft is keeping you kind of busy. So
no, anytime. I'll take a 45-minute slot next time.
Awesome stuff. Thanks for your time.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Speak to you soon.
So thank you again for everybody for coming. Thank you for listening. And we hope you enjoy the content that we're putting out. Please do come along and join the community. If you search for Cambridge Power Platform User Group, do come along and join as a member, and then you'll get notifications as things go live on YouTube and for the next event. But thank you ever so much, everybody, for coming along. It's great to be part of a community where technology is constantly evolving, not just around the Power Platform and our use of the Power Platform, but everything else that's going to come in and interact with the Power Platform too. So thanks to all of our speakers. Thanks to you all for attending. See you next time.